Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of the F1 2016 career mode. If you are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm currently trying to hit 500 subscribers. Hopefully you guys will help me do that and achieve my goal by the end of August. I'm hoping to hit 500 subscribers, so as I said, hopefully you guys will help me to do that. Today we are at Bahrain for the second round of our Force India career mode, obviously driving as myself, because that is an actual feature on F1 2016, which is, quite nice, get the personal touch back in the game again. So obviously Bahrain is a very much straight line speed dominated circuit, and I know during this they're talking about a couple of teams are trying new upgrade packages and things. There's Fernando Alonso pointing at things that are moving up the screen, so he's pointed at pretty much nothing there, which I was pretty impressive with. But moving on, obviously we are in free practice 1 here, obviously trying to get the R&D points at the moment. I'm not going to leave most of my R&D lap in, just because I felt there was very, very little point in doing so. It's mainly just a very, very simple task. For those of you that are getting it tomorrow, I will make sure that it isn't too hard. I cannot stress that enough. It's not too difficult to do a couple of them. But moving on into qualifying, you can see here that that turn 6 and 7 kept knobbing me up. I have no idea why, but I butchered that twice in 2 laps in qualifying, which was painful to witness, I won't lie. But now I'm going to show you my fastest lap. I'm going to put a bit of music back, and I will see you guys at the start of the Grand Prix.
Lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and sad to the voices in my head. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again.
So, albeit that lap wasn't massively impressive, it was better than Australia, where I qualified last. I know a lot of people have been complaining that the AI are just so overpowered in qualifying. They are incredibly, incredibly quick. I cannot say that enough. It's genuinely astonishing how quick the AI are through qualifying, because you think, oh, I'm on a really, really quick lap here, and as proven now, I don't know, I think I made a couple of mistakes during this lap. But as I proved there, it was still in 19th place overall for the grid, which was, pretty disheartening, I won't lie. Obviously, the Bahrain Grand Prix is very much in the sunset, moving into the night. Obviously, quite like Abu Dhabi, which is obviously, I think, only about 55 miles away from this circuit, which used to be quite fun. The fact you used to start and end the season very, very close together. Obviously, this is a 15-corner track with 2 DRS zones. But hopefully, in a second, we will get our strategies. We're just going to have a look through the first couple of rows of the grid. Rosberg, followed by the Red Bulls, followed by Raikkonen. Lots of R's there, I noticed. And then we've got Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton struggling again in qualifying. Sebastian Vettel and Danny Kvyat. We're only going to show the top 8 there because they don't have all day. But moving on into the race strategies, we are going to try and have a little bit of a look around here. Have a little flick through, see what different ideas there are. Just give you guys a little bit of an idea, because there are, it won't physically let you try and stretch, super softs to a certain point of the race. And I know from doing a little bit of testing on Grand Prix mode, or whatever it's called, sprint race, or whatever you want to call it, that the tyres do go off incredibly quickly when you have, used them, for example, in qualifying. Whereas on the older games, that would only mean they last, say, 1 lap less or whatever. On this game, that is so crucial that you get a quick lap in on a new set of tyres that you are going to be using, obviously, for the start race. Because it can obviously shake up your race incredibly much if you have to pit, on lap 3 or something, for example. But we're actually going to go for the 2-stop race here, super soft softs, and then a final set of super softs there. Obviously, in F1 2016, you only need to use 2 sets of the 3 sets of tyres, like the real F1. But anyway, guys, hopefully you are ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As I said at the start, don't forget to hit that like button if you are enjoying this career mode. I will try and get one more of these out this evening if I'm lucky, but I can't guarantee anything. There'll definitely be one tomorrow. Now, obviously, moving into the formation lap. Not obviously a massive amount to say about the formation lap. I did try and muck around. You will see, and a bit later in the formation lap, I do actually try and do a couple of little things. But what I noticed as well, I don't know whether you guys saw it on the footage, but there seemed to be a very odd shadow glitch with Verline and Gutierrez in front of us, where they kind of had a shadow still on their grid stop, which is a bit odd. But obviously, you just got to go around now, warm up the tyres. They will edit most of this formation lap out, as there isn't really a lot to say about it. Obviously, it's good to have it in once, but after that, there's nothing really special. Here's where I try and mess around a bit, get incredibly close to Gutierrez there, and then just skim him as we come through the horrible double left hand, and that just meant that we weren't going to be able to do the rest of our formation lap. Gutierrez actually stopped on the side of the track, as you could see him do there, and then we got stopped a little bit later on down the road. But here we are then, ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix, 5 lights, and away we go. We seem to get a really delayed start there, but then just on the second phase of the launch, we seem to get a massively good start. Button and Gutierrez, they're bogging down on our right-hand side. Verline getting a very good start just in front of us there. We are going to try and hold it right up behind him, as we are now going to look around the outside. That seems to be the ideal space for us to go down. So we are into P16 here, as lots of drivers get caught around each other. We are in fact up to P14 now, and up past Fernando Alonso as well in his McLaren Honda. So we are up to P13 already, which I was incredibly happy with. Moving past Sainz as well, so we've got past both Spaniards there in just the space of one long straight. And that has put us up into P12 at this stage. 7 positions in 4 corners. Isn't bad going, I won't lie. But we're going to carry on continuing with the momentum. Going to move past our teammate there, Sergio Perez, try and get a look past Magnussen as well. But his second phase out the corner, the acceleration of that Force India. Sorry, I'm in the Force India, he's in the Renault. Was so good there, but he does bar just a little bit wide, which I was a bit disappointed with. And then for some reason also stopped on circuit. I don't really know what that was all about, but he just gave up with driving and decided he was having a day and he was going to go have himself an ice cream. But still, obviously, just behind Sergio Perez as he managed to sneak through, it does seem that Force India will be fighting for the one and only point in this Grand Prix. Moving on to the end of lap 1 though, obviously it's still a very successful lap 1, making 8 positions up in the opening lap. We are getting a lot of slipstream off Sergio Perez. I've noticed the slipstream physics on this game are impeccable. They really just show how good slipstream is in real life Formula 1, or in my personal opinion they do, which was incredible to see. Moving on to the end of lap 3 though, we haven't been able to make a gap from Sergio. As you can see on the top left, he is only on the soft tyres, which means that we should ideally be pulling away from him, but our super softs had to go a lot of laps during qualifying. But as you can see there, he has just gone past us. We're going to try. There seems to be an odd little glitch where you can try and like go to the inside and the AI continues going further inside. So we were trying to do that to him there, but then we're going to have to hold it around the outside. I was trying to go for the undercut there, but it never worked. But still, it was great to see the Force Indias battling out. It was almost like when we watched Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg battle out in the real Bahrain Grand Prix. So it was still very good to see. He is going to try and have a look down the inside, but there are yellow flags, because Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel have crashed out here. As you can see, both of them, one on the left, one on the right-hand side, which is very interesting. And then, as we come through the next corner, we seem to get a really odd train glitch like we used to see on F1 2015. I think Lewis Hamilton had lost some of his front wing there, but we have somehow managed to sneak up into P4, just 4 laps into this Grand Prix. That was absolutely incredible, because obviously everyone getting glitched out and bugged up there, so that was incredible good for us. Obviously up into P4 from P19 on the grid is absolutely phenomenal. Moving on to lap 5 though, so you can see we ran a little bit wide there. Felipe Massa just kind of pushes us aside as he's just going on a charge, trying to get back up. I think it's Valtteri Bottas is the next car ahead of him. As we run it wide off the next curves, you can just see how much the curves are really ballsing us up. I would not recommend using them very much on this game, but that has left Danny Kvyat to get through as well. Fernando Alonso right on our tail, sorry there. I'm going to try and maximise our run through the final corner, but as you can see, we just run wide absolutely again. The front downforce on this car really needs to be sorted out, but Alonso's going to come into the pits there, so obviously it wouldn't be worthy of slipstreaming him. That has meant that I think it's Sergio Perez is now trying to go around our outside, coming into turn 1. That's not going to work for him, obviously, as we have the inside. We are just being able to brake a little bit early. But we ran wide and he's absolutely mugged us off. No, he hasn't there, in fact. I thought he got a beautiful undercut move there, but it just didn't seem to be. But meanwhile, coming through Sector 2 of lap 6, obviously Sergio Perez is still right up behind us here. As we run a little bit wide, getting all over the curb, which, as I've proven just beforehand, is incredibly so. He's going to go round the right side here and just completely wipe us out. I have no idea what he was thinking to do there, but he has just come straight across my line. No idea why I've been given a warning for that, as if you have a look, I'm going to go on the replay cameras now, and if we have a look from his point of view here, I think, what we're going to do is we're hopefully going to go, first of all, in cockpit cam, and he just goes for the apex when I'm right on his inside there. I don't know what that was all about. Hopefully now I'm going to show you what it's like in, obviously, behind the car, like chase cam or whatever it's called. And you can just see here, if you have a look, he's going into the corner and he just chops right off in front of us. I don't know what he was thinking there. But that has meant us two Force Indias have come together. As you can see from my point of view, obviously I'm not expecting him just to chop me off there. But that has also meant we got a flat tyre as well, which is just going to completely cost us our whole Grand Prix there. Sergio, I have no idea how the stewards have decided that was my fault, as he's just come right across me. But that has meant as we finally managed to sneak into the pits, we are down in P19. I think that's going to put us in P20 by the time that other drivers have gone through. Yes, Hamilton has gone through. Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel were the only two other drivers that were behind this, but obviously after their incident at the beginning, obviously they won't be able to get up with us at this point. But now, moving on lap 16, as you can see, Vettel is going up our inside. I'm not even going to try and defend through that corner now. After Sergio Perez has actually made us very, very annoyed, because we were going to be looking for a good haul of points here today. And the fact that he has just completely chopped us off has really let me down. So on lap 22 at this point, I thought, is there really much point of finishing? Obviously, you see this a lot more often in Formula 1 now, in real life as well. And I thought I'd try out using, if I could actually find it, the simulate session. So basically that just meant that, obviously, it's not technically a retirement in the game, but that had just meant that I retired from the Grand Prix. It was a huge, huge shame after the fact we were in like P4 at the start, and I don't know what Sergio was doing there. That was a real, real shame, obviously, for the team. Nico Rosberg comes through to win the Grand Prix, though. I'm going to leave you all the results and the standings now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys do have any questions about this new game as well, if you haven't got your copy yet, don't forget to leave them down in the comments. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Obviously, as I said a couple of times, looking to hit 500 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Look into my eyes, my heart beats like a drum. You listen to my life.